Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how to solve quadratic equations in three different ways. The first one is the most common way and the first way to go for solving these equations, and that would be using the quadratic formula that we have. We know our x will be, if we have this general ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, for finding this we'll have negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. So that would be the first way to go. I'm going to talk about later in this video that there are other ways that we can go around this and go and find the answer faster, but let's just do the first way using the quadratic formula. And in here we have our a1, we have b minus 2, and we have our c minus 15. And if we want to find x, we simply have our quadratic formula. We have negative b, which is minus 2, which will be plus 2, plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, which is 15, and divided by 2a, which is 2. And let's see what we get in here. So for this part we have the square root of 4 plus 4 times 15, which is 60, and we know the square root of 64 is 8. So our x would be simply 2 plus or minus 8 divided by 2, and if we find the x, the first x would be 2 plus 8 divided by 2, which is 5, and the second one would be 2 minus 8 divided by 2, which is minus 6 divided by 2, or minus 3, and that would be our two answers for this. So that was the most common way to go with these kind of questions. It works in all the quadratic equations. So in the second way, we have to find two numbers that multiply minus 15 and add minus 2. So if we look at these numbers, we'll see that 3 and 5 can give us a multiplication of minus 15, and they can also give us the addition of 2. If we have minus 5 and 3, we know that if we add these two, we'll get minus 2, and if we multiply these two, we'll get minus 15, which is what we are looking for in here. So simply we have minus 5 times x plus 3 equals 0, and in order to have this 0, each of these can be 0. So if we do x minus 5 equals 0, we get our x 5, and if we do x plus 3 equals 0, we get our x minus 3, which would be the second way to solve this equation. And the last way to solve this is by completing the square. What we need to do first of all is we have to have all the variables in one side. So we have x squared and minus 2x in one side of the equation, and we'll put the other number, which is minus 15, in the other side of the equation, which will be positive 15. And by looking at this, if we divide this one by 2, we can get plus 1, and we have x squared minus 2x plus 1, and if we add also plus 1 to the right side, we can get 16, which can be a completed square. And if we look at the left side, we'll see that this will be x minus 1 squared, and here we will have 4 squared. And for solving this, we have x minus 1 equals to 4. So we'll do the square root from each side of this equation, and we'll have x minus 1 equals to minus 4. So from the first one we get x 5, and in the second one we'll get x minus 4 plus 1, which will be minus 3. So same answer, three different methods. Like obviously we cannot use this method for all the quadratic equations, and for these particular examples that we can complete this square, or we can find those two numbers that multiply C and add B. That was the other way, but in general we can use the quadratic formula for all the quadratic equations, and probably the first way to go if we cannot come up with the other two ways that I mentioned in this question. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.